Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Halloween night and we're going to create some art. It is going to be awesome. As you can see, I'm in the holiday spirit. Hopefully you guys are as well. Already gave out a bunch of candy to a bunch of kids, so ready to jump in and create some art. This is going to be great. So I was thinking, like, what should I do for Halloween? I've already done so many different Halloween pictures recently. So I was thinking, like, I don't know, like I usually draw dogs and I usually draw like wildlife and wolves and things like that. Why don't we, for Halloween, do a Wolfman? So that's what I think I'm going to do. But mostly it's just hanging out on Halloween night. Hopefully, like, I'm freaking myself out looking at it like, this is weird. But I left a little bit open so I can drink my bourbon. So we're still going to drink the bourbon tonight. But yeah, I'm just going to draw a Wolfman. Hopefully you guys can enjoy that, and we'll just jump right in. That's great. So we do have a couple of people in the room tonight. Great, because this is a Halloween party in my mind. So hopefully you guys are having a good time. We got Studio of Art in here. Rome Dog asked if Studio of Art draws. Yes, I have checked out their channel. They are actually like really great artists. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. We got Just Dave in here. We got Rome Dog. That's enough for a party. Enough to get started. So as you can see, I kind of figured out where I maybe want to put this Wolfman on the page. I think what I'm going to get started, with is some bourbon. I've already had some bourbon tonight, so I'm already a little bit tipsy. So hopefully my picture still turns out all right, but it's going to be fun. So get started with the bourbon. As you can see, Geppetto's wasted. He's been drinking all night too. But I'm going to start with I think some like atmosphere in here, because I want the Wolfman to be kind of like silhouetted on like it's kind of moonlit like wood scene and stuff like that. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm going to give it a shot just by putting in some some like white background back here, a little bit through there, just kind of create this like wispy kind of smoke deal back here, like the moon's coming through the trees. It's kind of lighten up behind him. So that's pastel. Most of this picture is going to be in colored pencil, but it's easier to like actually put in like clouds and stuff behind it with some pastel. Hey kid, how's it going? Yeah, it's a spooky night. Spooky night. I've been watching Simpsons Treehouse of Horror all day. I didn't realize, I don't know why, I just don't watch The Simpsons as much as I used to, that they have all the seasons, like, going way back to, like, the 90s. And you can go back and watch all of those Treehouse of Horrors. So, I mean, if you think about it, it's been, like, what, 30 years that The Simpsons been on, or longer? So that's, like, I don't know, like, half-hour episodes each. That's like a full 24 hours of Treehouse of Horror episodes alone. So I'm gonna try to make my way through that. All right, so now I got some wispy back here. I know it doesn't look like much yet. Give it a little bit. I'm gonna kind of halo outline this guy just so that we really get a nice crisp silhouette, and then we'll go from there. But who doesn't like Wolfman? Wolfman's awesome. So do you have to jump from stream to give out candy? No, it's actually 8 o'clock here, so candy giving just finished up. So here on the East Coast. Some of you guys, depending on where you live in the U.S., you guys might not be able to like watch the full stream because you might get some rings on your door, but that's totally fine. Yeah, around here, they do it from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It's fun. I like giving out candy. I live in like a little cul-de-sac. It's like it's a pretty nice neighborhood for like getting kids to come and get candy and stuff like that. But the problem is I kind of live like around the corner. Like it's hard to see. Like if you're standing at the end of my street, it's kind of hard to see down the street to see that I have my lights on and that I'm giving out candy and stuff. So it's not like we ever get like a ton of people, but it's always fun. And I don't mind if we don't get a ton of people, because like, that's more candy for me. Do Baron Guinness get anxiety from all the doorbell rings? Yeah, I mean, not anxiety. They want to play. So like we have some neighbors that live across the way that have dogs, and they always want to like see what those dogs are up to. So like whenever there's people out there, they they want to participate. The only thing they ever really get anxious from is from like fireworks. So like if there's fireworks going on and stuff, they get anxious over that. Just people, uh, you know, like trick or treating or something, that doesn't bother them. And also, like we don't wait for the door to ring. Like we give out candy like on the front porch and stuff. It's not like we wait around for the door to ring. So probably if we were doing the whole door ringing thing, that would probably bother them a lot more. So I'm just kind of outlining my little dude here just so that I know where he is on the page and kind of like figuring out, you know, composition here, kind of like backlighting him essentially. And as you can see, so I use the pencil like really close to his body, but then I kind of fade it off into the clouds. So it doesn't look like much yet, but he's going to look like he's coming out of a like a moonlit background. So let's see. Hey guys, I just uploaded Rome's 1,000th video. Oh wow, that's a big deal there, Rome Dog. That's pretty cool. Just a reminder, I am going to be doing the co-hosted live stream next week through StreamYard, which I think they allow me to do up to 6 participants. So I've already gotten one person who sent me an email. Rome Dog said that they would probably participate. I think BIC. You guys know BIC because of care, or because of can, not because of can. I think he might be popping in. I need to double check with him. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I think my dad said that he might want to pop in too. So I don't know how it's going to work exactly, but if you guys have a camera and you can point it at your art and draw pictures and stuff, I think it'll work out fine. Or if you guys just want to hang out and just talk and stuff, that's cool too. Either way, you know, like it's going to be cool. I like using pastel for this part. Yeah, my dad, like, yeah, he's just like this nice old dude. I mean, it'll be fun. You guys have seen him chatting here before, and I think I've shown pictures of him on the About channel. I'm not sure. Some of you guys know him, but yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He said that he wanted to hang out too, so see how it goes. Let's see. Got the monster arms coming down. I've always liked Wolfman. Some people don't like Wolfman just because the scary thing about Wolfman. All right, so the scary thing about Wolfman is he's a wolf, right? So that's pretty scary. But from like a horror film cinematic kind of standpoint, the scary thing about Wolfman isn't so much a wolf running around because you know, like you can just have a wolf running around. It's the transformation, you know, like where you have a human being turning into a wolf. Um, that's kind of like gets under your skin, you know, like literally. But from like a horror movie standpoint, that whole transformation thing is just, you know, when you see like arms kind of growing long and bones popping and all that stuff, that just translates really well to cinema in, as far as like making things scary. So that's really like what Wolfman is all about. It's partly scary to have a wolf running around terrorizing the neighborhood, but it's mostly that transformation. That's uniquely Wolfman. That's what he's known for. So as you can see, I'm kind of outlining this guy so I can get some really hard edges here. Just getting started. You guys do anything for Halloween? Giving out candy, watching movies, any of that stuff? If you have nothing to do, I do recommend going down memory trail and watching those Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. I watched like the very first Treehouse of Horror was like really good, and then the second one was pretty good. So the funny thing about the original Treehouse of Horrors is they try to make it seem like did this happen? Did it not? Was it a dream or is it just a story? I forget exactly when they gave up on that, but by the you know, a couple of seasons in, it's like they don't care. They'll kill off Skinner and bring him back the very next episode or something like that. it's always like these tree houses of horror kind of like exist in this little pocket reality in the Simpsons universe. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. But I mean, if you think about it, that's like I think it's going on almost 40 years of Simpsons. I mean, it's getting pretty close to 40 years. So that's 40 years of Tree Houses of Horror. So that's 20 straight hours of Tree Houses of Horror. That's like that's ridiculous. Like even if you watch I don't know, 4 hours a day, that'll take you 5 days to watch, right? That's crazy. Hey Coopart, how's it going, man? Or woman? I don't know. Appreciate you stopping in on this Halloween. Hopefully everybody's having a great Halloween. Hopefully everybody's safe. You know, I know some people, especially adults, you know, you guys will go out to parties and stuff like that. Do your drinking at home like I do. You'll be fine. But I love Halloween. Halloween's so great. I just like the whole day. You know, I went to the store today, grocery store. There's there's people dressed up in costumes walking around the grocery store. I think that's awesome. A lot of people wear costumes to like work and stuff like that. I love it. People just really get into the spirit. There's a couple of years that go by that like it seems like nobody could really care. I know that like during COVID, like a lot of people lost that kind of Halloween spirit. You know, like the whole social distancing thing. Nobody really went around trick or treating, at least not around here, but maybe in other places. But I think people are back in the full swing of it, which is great. I need to go find like a place to just look up all the cool costumes that people wore because I'm sure there's a lot of great ones. All right, so we got kind of like this nice little atmosphere going here. I'm going to reinforce some of these areas just so that it looks more cloudy. And the reason why is I'm going to kind of like try to get in some trees back here as well. Like I'm not just focusing on Wolfman himself. I kind of want this nice lush atmosphere as well. So we'll see how it goes. But again, these are just soft pastels. You can use soft pastels with colored pencils. They work well together because the colored pencils are like wax based. These are chalk based. So you can actually use colored pencils over soft pastels. And if you're worried about, I'm not worried about it, but if you're really worried about it, you can also apply some fixative. What's it called? I forget what it's called. The fixant or something like that to like lock this pastel in so that you can draw over it. There's a lot of cool effects people do with using pastels and colored pencils together. And then of course you can always just use you know, pastel pencils as well. But in this case, I'm going to use colored pencils with my pastels. Jeremy had bushy hair last year's Halloween stream. Yeah, so like I really went out last Halloween. I didn't go that far this time. I kind of phoned it in a little bit. If you remember, I had my mom kind of come in midstream and stuff and pretend to be like a ghost coming through the door. That's not happening this time. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Kind of blend all this in so that it doesn't look like a halo effect. Yeah, I kind of went all out with that. I was gonna do more for Halloween. Um, I just you know didn't have the time this year, but it's still fun. We're still having fun. All right. So now that I've got that in, I'm going to try and get some trees back here. So I'm going to use my kneadable eraser. Yeah, just lift up some of this. Oh, did it freeze up? Hold on. Oh my stream is haunted. Oh no, hold on. Give me 1 second. It looks like my camera died. There you go. All right, see if that comes back. Um, let's see. I don't know. Well, there you go. Halloween. Everything's haunted. Let me see how I. Oh, okay. It's been a while. Let me go ahead and fix. I can fix this. Yeah. Um, let's see. Properties, main camera, overhead camera, properties. Deactivate. Activate. Does that work? Nope. That doesn't work. All right, give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and turn that off and add a new one. Display capture. Okay. Nope. 1 second, guys. I got this. There we go. All right, we're back with that. Let's see. Go with this. Turn that off. Turn it back on. I don't know if that's going to work. All right, so I'm back. Okay, great. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. We're back here with this. Let me move this down. Maybe that works. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're back in business. See, nice. Yeah, see, Halloween, man. Anything can happen. All right, so back to my back to my picture. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, hopefully things are back in order, and I didn't lose like a lot of watchers. It's Halloween. Anything can happen. Okay, so not if you can hear me. I'm going to assume that you guys can. So getting back into this, we're going to add some trees back here by lifting up some of that pastel, which works to create some really cool trees. All right, and so hopefully, yeah, hopefully we're back to normal. All right, I'm just going to assume we are. Wouldn't be the first time that I did like a whole stream without anybody watching because I wasn't streaming, but I think we're fine. All right, so I'm going to get some trees in here. I think I want a little tree over here on the side. Yeah, it's Halloween. We got a Halloween ghost up in here. It's wrecking up my my stream. I think. Yeah, I guess like I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually streaming or not. Let's see, airport, analytics, stream settings. I think I'm streaming, but the thing's not really cooperating. Oh well. Okay, you can see me? All right, cool. Okay. I was a little nervous there. All right, it does look like it's back. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, I was a little bit nervous there. You know, that's what you get for teasing the spirits and saying that you know, they can't screw up your stream. Oh well, whatever. The sound is glitching a little bit. Well, hopefully it'll come back to normal. I don't know. It could be my internet. It's been raining here. It's Halloween. Ghosts are affecting things. That's what happens. All right, but anyway, hopefully you guys can see that I'm adding some trees in here, and I've got like a little bit of cool stuff going on. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to putting a like a moon behind them, like a full moon. So let's try to get that in there. So obviously that's going to be round up here. Again, pastels and colored pencils work really well together. As you can see, I'm just going directly over the pastels that I've already added. Now, I haven't even gotten into doing the wolf himself yet. So bear with me. I'm still adding background atmosphere, dealing with our streaming issues. Looks like things are working. All right, cool. Well, we're just going to chalk that up into Halloween spirits. Let's see. Hopefully I can draw a circle. That's always been a challenge of mine. Like I can't draw like a perfect circle without going over it several times. I want to make sure that there's like some nice craters to this moon. Get some of that back here. But yeah, I mean, that's my own fault, the stream thing for taunting the spirits. I've been watching so many scary movies that like I'm basically converted to thinking that there are like I was skeptical before, but now I think, yeah, there's basically there's basically ghosts, there's basically witches, there's monsters out there in the world, there's werewolves and stuff. They're all out there. They're all everywhere. Is he going to be carrying an orange pumpkin for trick or treating? Nah, this guy's a straight up scary monster. He's not tricking. That would be kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. You know how I am with requests. Sometimes I do those just because people ask. All right, so we got a nice little full moon back here. Kind of clean this up around his ear a little bit. Get this really, really white. So we want to leave some like little like crevices in here, but I think that's good enough. All right, so now we've got enough going on that I feel comfortable like actually getting into the face of the wolf and working with that. So I'm gonna start with his face. Now this is like a full-bodied werewolf. So we're gonna have a face. We're gonna have I think his face is going to be kind of long. It's going to come down to like maybe down here. Yeah, maybe I'll put in like a pumpkin. We'll see. I've been thinking about getting Stars Link for internet. I don't know what that is. Get something better than what I've got. I've got AT&T, and it seems to go out every single time there's any kind of weather. It's kind of funny. I haven't had a serious glitch like that in many months. Starlink. Oh, that's the whole satellite thing, right? I don't know enough about that to be able to recommend it or not. But my folks used to live out in the country, and they had satellite internet for a little while. Um, it was all right. It was slightly faster than dial-up. I mean, this was many years ago, so I'm sure it's gotten a lot better since then. But so as you can see, the moon's on this side, so it's going to highlight this side of his face a lot more than the other. And I'm kind of just roughing out where I think his face is going to be. He's got his mouth open like ah. By the way, I left the makeup off of my actual lips so that I can still drink my bourbon. Um, I'm gonna have to look into that Starlink because I'm kind of curious about that myself. You know what I'm curious about is the people who get internet like for their campers. So like their mobile homes, not mobile homes, like not like trailers or something, but um, they go on like trips or something and like a big camper and they're still able to have like high speed internet. That'd be interesting. Like Willie Nelson, I think famously had a like a camper all decked out with that kind of stuff. I always thought that would be kind of cool because like I work in software and work from home. So theoretically, if I had like really good internet in like a camper, I can work from anywhere. That'd be awesome. Like go out to the Rocky Mountains, go camping and stuff, and still be able to like do my work. Dog man, no, Wolfman, not dog man. How you doing, Davia? I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Davio, for those who don't know, is a musician, I believe, and I've heard some of his stuff is pretty good. I don't know if he has anything on his YouTube channel, but um, Davio, if like you do have music on your YouTube channel, feel free to give yourself a shout out. Send some people your way. That'd be kind of cool. RV, yeah, that's it. Roam Dog, like a big old RV with internet capability. That'd be kind of cool. So as you can see, it's starting to take a little bit of shape here now that now that my internet is working and my cameras are working and we're back in business. Hopefully the spooks have like past us. But once you get that atmosphere in behind him, you know, his body kind of like just pops out, which I think is cool. So the stream hasn't been without glitches, but I think it'll end up working out. So all of this furish area on this side is going to be lit up a little bit. Over here, it's going to be more selective. You guys know how it works with these black paper, white light kind of drawings. Wolfman's jacked too. He's like he's always like got this muscular form. So whenever you do a Wolfman, like there's certain traits that you have to make sure you get in there. Jeremy, are you going to a party? This is the party. We're at the party. Welcome to the party, MJ. How's it going? Yeah, this is the Halloween party. I've already given out candy. This is my party. I'm here hanging out with you guys. So I dressed up just for you guys. So Wolfman's jacked up. He's got like I don't know what these are, like pecs or something. He's got like washboard abs and stuff. So whenever you're drawing Wolfman, you know, like he's got the face of a wolf, but the rest of him is just like shaggy human. You know, um, all of the like his legs are very human-like. Um, his arms and stuff, they're elongated human arms. He's he's very much humanoid, except for the face. Speaking of the face, I wanted to go ahead and put in these kind of glowing eyes just to kind of see if those pop out real quick. You don't have to have Wolfman with like red glowing eyes, but I kind of like it. Go for a Class C RV, easy to repair. You know, I don't need that much. I don't plan on living in an RV. So for me, I think like even just a converted van would be kind of cool, like van life. Like you guys ever watch those YouTube videos where people are like living out of vans and stuff? Like I don't think I'd want to permanently live in one of these things, so it would be like for a an extended trip, just for like I don't know, a month maybe at the most. See if I can get a bit of a glow in here. The lighting's always terrible in this room. Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. I'm gonna bring in some black here just to kind of reinforce the sunken, scary eyes around this. Yeah. And kind of fix up my eyes a little bit so that they're symmetrical. There you go, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. He's going, glowy eyes. Arr. Yeah, van life. I think that would be kind of fun. Not van life like always on tour. I'm just thinking like, you know, you wake up in the Rocky Mountains somewhere, you want to take a bath, you go down to the stream to take a bath. I mean, that sounds like fun. I mean, there's places out there that you can go camping that have, you know, like showers and stuff like that. So it's not all just like living out of a van, but I think that would be fun. I'm not going to do it anytime soon. This is one of those like wishful thinking type things. But yeah, like technically speaking, as long as I have internet, I can work from anywhere, really. So he's got a cross between muscle and fur on this side. And then bring that down into this part here. So I'm going to try to get like some reinforced area through here to like really make this like glow a little bit. Oh, you don't have trick-or-treaters? That's sad. I've lived in places where I didn't have trick-or-treaters, and like I've always missed that, because when you reach a certain age, like there's less options for things to do on Halloween, so that like if you don't have any trick-or-treaters, you might as well just skip the holiday. Like if you don't have any kids, or like you're not taking kids anywhere, and you're not like actually passing out candy and stuff like that, it's easy to like overlook Halloween. But I think that's kind of sad, because Halloween's fun, like in the culture of human beings, the whole, all right, so it's like all of life is kind of split between these dualities, right? So like um you have life, you have death, you have um dark, you have light, you have all these different things. So like I think that it's just as important to celebrate things like this, these scary things, as it is to celebrate, things that aren't scary, like the Easter Bunny, or something like that. Like nobody looks at the Easter Bunny and is like, oh my God, that's scary. Well, that's not true. When I was a kid, like Easter Bunny probably was a little scary. But no, you know, maybe the Easter Bunny is not the best analogy, but you kind of get what I'm saying. It's like if you don't embrace the dark, how can you appreciate the light? So I have a soft spot for things like horror movies and Halloween and things like that. Um, I think it's important, like culturally, to embrace scary stuff. I mean, to an extent, once Halloween's over, it's done. You're moving on to Christmas and stuff. But probably understand what I'm saying. I just love Halloween for what it is. It's a lot of fun, and the whole trick or treat aspect. It's not just scariness. It's also the whole trick part of it. So like part of Halloween is it's the perfect time to play a prank on somebody. It's the perfect time to well, trick someone, you know. Uh I like that. I like that aspect as well. So Halloween's got a lot going for it in my book. And it's, like it's not one of the major holidays really. You have all of those are coming up soon. We have Thanksgiving right around the corner. You have Christmas coming up. Those are the major holidays. But for what it is, Halloween's a big one in my book. I always like celebrating. It's the fun holiday to me, you know. So that Starlink connected everywhere. That's why I was bringing it up. That does sound kind of ideal, like for a traveling worker, which is my ultimate goal. It's not where I'm at now, but that would be kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna put some things on this guy. Enough enough talking about it. Let's do it. Let's make this guy look scary. Arrgh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So in my book, Wolfman is one of the scariest classic monsters, right? So like you've got Dracula, you've got Frankenstein. And honestly, in today's day and age, Frankenstein isn't all that scary anymore. I mean, it's a classic story, sure, the whole, you know, science run amok, but it really played better in the 1800s or whenever that came out. Nowadays Frankenstein's not all that scary. Dracula is more of a thinking kind of scary or something. Wolfman's a just a simple fright. Like Wolfman's a jump scare. Wolfman's a jump scare monster. I like that. Of all the classic monsters, Wolfman's the best. And like I said, it's not even the appearance of Wolfman. Like the appearance of Wolfman here does look pretty scary. All right. But it's that whole transformation into Wolfman that's the scary part, you know? That's the scary part. The idea, so also partly I don't know, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. Like by day, or like actually by most days, because like Wolfman only comes out like when the moon is full. By most days, Wolfman's just a dude, you know, and he might be like a good guy. He might be like a nice guy or something like that. But then when that moon hits, it's that whole Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde transformation thing. That's what's scary about Wolfman. Wolfman can be anybody. Yeah. Wolfman Jack. There you go. This is probably a little bit scarier than the classic Wolfman. Like I think the first Wolfman movie, Wolfman was basically just a guy in a beard. Like he just basically had a beard and some fangs, and that's our Wolfman. I think that was the original Wolfman movie. Um, then when you start getting into like Michael J. Fox's Teen Wolf, I don't know if you guys remember that. I actually met the guy who played Teen Wolf's dad. I forget his name, Howard something. I think his name is Howard in real life. I met him at like a horror con type thing. It's kind of like a Comic Con for horror movies, and it's pretty cool. But like once you get into like Teen Wolf kind of territory, then it's just basically a shaggy person, you know, somebody with like long hair or something like that. A Wolfman like this. This is like what horror movies are starting to go back to, I think. So like if you watch uh what was that movie? Werewolf by Night. Marvel's Werewolf by Night. It was very much a Wolfman like this, you know. Scary looking. I like this kind of werewolf. See if I can get some, yeah, get some shag coming off here, down here in this these legs. And Jay says, Halloween's my favorite holiday. Well, it's not my favorite. Like everybody likes Christmas. It's my favorite other holiday. There you go. Everybody loves Christmas more. But it's my favorite of the other holidays. Jeremy, what are you? I am Jeremy, dead. I don't know. Um, I was gonna do like the Joker with like the red lips and all that stuff, but then I was like, I don't want to do too much on the face because I still want to drink my bourbon. So I kind of phoned it in a little bit. I'm just, I don't know, it's just an excuse to wear makeup. Just having fun. Just dead Jeremy. That's what I am. Apparently, I'm the ghost that haunted my system earlier and caused my video to glitch out. You know, I'm gonna go back and watch that footage. I suggest everybody else does too, and look for ghosts. You guys ever watch those? They have on YouTube. They have these things where people like catch ghosts and stuff on like I don't know, ring cams and things like that. I thought you were going to be Beetlejuice. Yeah, I could have been Beetlejuice. I don't have a wig for the Beetlejuice, like the green hair type deal. That would have been cool. Jeremy, you cute. You need a straw. I do need a straw for my bourbon. Could you imagine drinking? You can't drink bourbon with a straw. Come on. I have some, you know, like I have some. What is it? Decorum, I guess. You can't. No, no, you can't drink bourbon with a straw. That's just bad. You should be ashamed of yourself for suggesting that. No, you can drink a margarita with a straw. That's fine. You can drink a margarita any way you want. When it comes to bourbon, there's a classy way to drink bourbon, and you can't break the rules on bourbon. With bourbon, there's rules. There you go. Margaritas, you can drink margaritas any way you want. Especially if you're a girl. If you're a girl, you can drink margaritas however you want. It doesn't matter. Margaritas are definitely yeah, you know, different drinks have different genders, I think. Margaritas are probably like a girl drink. Straight bourbon is even though girls drink straight bourbon, there's a lot of girls who drink straight bourbon. To me, it's more of a men's drink. Cosmo, Cosmo. If you're drinking a Cosmo, you're either a girl or a gay guy. That's basically how Cosmos work. Um, But yeah, definitely drinks have genders. Bourbon, bourbon, I think bourbon is definitely meant to not be drinking with it. Like, bourbon's meant to be drinking straight. You know, um, you can add like a cube of ice to it, or just like a little hint of water to bring out the flavor of it. That's all permissible. But to me, it starts getting a little dicey when you start mixing it with things. Like, there's a lot of mixed drinks that have bourbon in it. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least try the bourbon by itself. Yeah, it is a classy drink. You can't drink bourbon with a straw. I mean, you can, but I will laugh at you. All right, so he's looking pretty cool on this side. This side needs a little bit of development, but that's okay. I'm going to go back to some of these other areas in the background that I'm not too happy with. I'm going to kind of fix up my moon up here, I think, if I can. Kind of want this to be more round. I don't know. Like, it's tough. It's tough because I'm sitting at an angle. It's tough to see if it's round. I think that works a little bit. I'm going to add some kind of space between trees back here, just so that you kind of see more than just the tree I put in. A pumpkin would be kind of cool if he was like holding a pumpkin. I kind of get in some sticks and twigs. He's out in the woods and stuff, so like this all has to look like woods. So in order to draw any kind of like foliage, branches, things like that, you can kind of just kind of scribble those type of features in, especially when it comes to like in the dark kind of highlighted stuff. You don't have to get really crazy with it. I want to give the impression of feet down here, but I don't really feel like I need to overdo feet. See if I can get this tree over here looking a little more defined. Go back and erase some of these things. I don't think I can go. Yeah, I can go across that moon a little bit. Just kind of like filling this out just a little bit so that it's not all undefined. I want this to be like like a whole picture, not just a werewolf, if that makes sense. So I do think that my nose keeps itching. I bet you I'm getting like white like makeup all over it. But I love dressing up for Halloween. I do it every year, even if I'm not going out. Uh, I always give out candy. Even when I've lived in places that I don't give out candy and stuff like that, I still I have like back then I had nieces and nephews and stuff that I could like entertain. So I would have them come over. Um, I don't know. I just feel like everybody should make an effort to celebrate Halloween. It's a great holiday. I don't, like I can see people having like I don't know, like religious objections or something like that to it. I know that um, I mean, I come from like a religious family, especially like when I get into my nieces and not my nieces, sorry, my aunts and uncles and such. But you know what? They never really objected to Halloween because I think most people realize that like Halloween is just, it's just an aspect of life that exists that you should really acknowledge every now and then. Like, not necessarily monsters, right? But just death in general. Um, the like Mexican cultures, they have like an entire Day of the Dead. It's about celebrating, um, you know, And I'm sure it's not just Mexican culture, but other cultures as well, where they have like basically a celebration of loved ones that have passed. There, I saw something. I think it was on Reddit, and it may have been somewhere else. But there's some culture, and I forget exactly where it is. They actually dig up the bodies of deceased loved ones and bring them out for a day. Like they dig them up out of the ground. Now that's a little weird, I think. But in their culture and stuff, that's all completely normal. And I do think that it's important to acknowledge, you know, the dead, the spirits, the afterlife, and whatever you want to call it. And on days like Halloween, it's supposed to be the time when the whole separation between this world and that world is at its thinnest. That's the way I like to look at it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Dia de los Muertos. Exactly, because I can. Yeah, so like, hey, since you're here, because I can. So I mentioned we're doing that live stream where we have like shared hosting and stuff like that. I'm doing that Tuesday. Hopefully you can participate. I know you wanted to. But if you can't, just let me know. That's fine. But I'm gonna have some other people on as well. So I think it'll be kind of cool. Just big old party for that. So I feel pretty good about this. I got some sticks and stuff over here. I'm gonna kind of develop this side a little bit. So as you can see, I've got kind of like this Bob Ross tree thing going on. I gotta go over this moon here a little bit better. But Bob Ross does his trees in a way where he kind of like does these dark areas and then kind of comes over it with highlights and stuff. I'm kind of stealing that technique here. So because the moon's over here, it's kind of highlighting this side here. BIC, yes. Now, the people who come on the channel, it's up to them whether they want to show their face or talk or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm leaving that entirely up to them. So let's all be supportive. If anybody doesn't want to, that's totally fine. I appreciate, social anxiety and stuff like that. So, like, if nobody wants to talk or anything, that's totally fine. I'll do all the talking. But I think it'll be fun to kind of like throw out there the opportunity, and I want to do more. I want that to be like a habit where we actually do these type of streams every now and then. Probably some strange UFOs flying around overnight. I had that interference with my internet earlier, and I'm starting to wonder if that was spirits or if that's aliens. But that's another big one for Halloween that often goes overlooked. Aliens and stuff like that, Like, this is the night for aliens. It's basically the night for anything spooky. And there's nothing more spooky than aliens, in my opinion. Because aliens, you know, means we're not alone. That's a big deal. What's more scarier than that? Well, probably being lonely in the universe, but like the fact that there might be aliens out there who can overpower us and basically murder us. That's pretty scary, right? Jeremy looks scary. Thank you. I don't know exactly what I was going for, but I think I was going for like a Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I think that's the overall look, but I didn't put a lot of thought into it. So, all right, I'm gonna put some tweaks on this. I'm not done with the werewolf, by the way. I'm just taking a break from him to kind of develop my background here a little bit because I think it looks a little underdeveloped. So I want to get some twigs up in here. Kind of, and again, when drawing foliage and twigs and like leaves and stuff like that, you can just kind of scribble. It looks pretty good. I mean, you can take more care with it and stuff like that, but I think I think if you just kind of scribble in this stuff, because like nature isn't perfect. Nature doesn't try to stay in the lines. A kitty crawling around back there. The kitty has been very active for Halloween. I was thinking about getting a black cat. I mean, it's my next cat. My cat just went, where? You getting another cat? Don't replace me. Nah, this cat's gonna be with us forever. I'm not getting rid of it. But I think next time I do get a cat, it's going to be a black cat. Aliens are here to help further our society along. Maybe. MJ disagrees. There's a lot of debate on that. There really is. Like that is one of the common thinkings behind it. They do seem to show up at times when humanity's in need. There's always been the there's a very common thought that they showed up once human beings developed nuclear capability, and the appearance of UFOs kind of like coincided with that. So there might be a good argument to make there that UFOs have our best interests in mind. That said, I've seen a lot of movies where they didn't, so jury's out on that. I think it probably, so like, theoretically there'd be different aliens. There'd be like theoretically there'd be whole different cultures of aliens they'd visit. I don't know. And then theoretically some of them could be good. Last year Archer was staring at your pics on the wall. Oh, that's right. That was creepy. I remember that. I need to put some more pictures up. I haven't put any pictures up lately. Thanks for reminding me on that. But yeah, that was creepy. The Archer was just staring at the wall. See, this is what I'm saying. I think this room is haunted. Cause like my video hasn't glitched out in many, many months, and then it suddenly glitches out on Halloween. What's up with that? The cat isn't usually this active. The cat's going around doing creepy things while I'm trying to do the video. That's weird. Yeah. All right. So that looks a little bit better as far as like the background and stuff like that. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight, and then I'm going to move on to going to go back to my little Wolfman. I think this is looking okay. Probably not the most interesting picture I've ever done, but as far as Wolfmans go, this is probably the best Wolfman I've ever done. Considering this is probably the only Wolfman I've ever done. I do think I want... So when you have something backlit, you're really like haloing them with lit up fur. I mean, assuming he's a furry creature, but the moon is hitting its back, but it's like shining through patches of fur, and it kind of creates this halo effect, but it also gives you the ability to outline your character pretty well because the light is going to be there, especially at this like top area here because the moon's coming down. Let's see if I can kind of. I'm not happy with that moon. That moon's almost a circle, but it's not quite a circle. I should have like used a There you go. Got this little thing here. See if I can cheat. There you go. There you go. That's kind of a circle. It's good enough. See, Kitty's all right. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oh, he moved. He was staring at the wall again. This place is haunted. Right? Right, Bear? You tell him. I think this place is haunted. I'm gonna like do one of those what's it EVPs where you set up like the audio recording and see if something shows up, like you hear voices or something. Hey, IB Becca, how's it going? Happy Halloween. Hopefully you guys are having a great Halloween out there in the world. Yeah, that cat's being a little weird. It's starting to spook me out. Oh my God, too cute, these kids. Oh, kids are showing up at your house, Davio. That's cool. That's awesome. Um, there's a couple cool costumes and stuff. The one that stands out. This little girl had like a Harley Quinn costume. It was like spot on. Like people are really good at doing costumes nowadays. Probably my favorite costume is a kid showed up as like a Minecraft boxy kind of character. I thought that was kind of cool. Like a pixelated Minecraft character. I feel pretty good because I'm not as young as I used to be, and I like to pride myself on staying kind of hip to pop culture. Um, so I kind of pride myself when people come around dressed in costumes that I can recognize them. Like obviously, you can recognize like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, but the anime ones are tough for me because there's so much anime out there that people have like their own favorites, and it's tough for me to follow all the anime that's out there. So when kids show up like in an anime kind of costume, or if I see somebody wearing like an anime costume at like Comic Con or something like that, it's a it it's getting a little tougher for me to follow all those different characters. And out of all the things, so like you wake up in the morning, you've got the creaks and like the pain and all that stuff, like the back pain, all that stuff. The thing that makes me feel the oldest is when I don't recognize somebody's costume. Out of all the things that make me feel old, like I can come back from like going for a hike and be like beat down, just ready to go to bed, because I'm in so much pain from like going for a hike. That doesn't make me feel as old as not recognizing somebody's costume. But there's just too much, there's too much pop culture out there. You can't follow all of it. Like, I mean, if somebody shows up as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, that's easy enough. But that's not what everybody does these days. That's okay. I feel like I hold my own. I'm all right. Let's see. I kind of want to get some fur up in here. You can't go too crazy in these dark areas because like the moon is behind, so it is all backlit, but you can put some fur in. Like over here it makes sense. Over here it makes less sense, but I do kind of want to get a little bit of fur up in there. You dress the dog up as a chicken. Oh, that's adorable. I'd love to see a picture of that. There are some kitties out there tonight. I saw a kid being carried by an alien. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't seen this is disappointing to me. I haven't seen anybody dress up as Baby Yoda, like Grogu. That's disappointing. I'm sure somebody has out there in the world, but I haven't personally seen one. Usually I see somebody dress up as like the Mandalorian, and then he's carrying like a fake doll, Baby Yoda in his pocket or something like that. I never see anybody dress up as the actual Baby Yoda. So, by the way, just for those who are now tuning in, I am using colored pencils over pastel. So, like, you've got this kind of chalky background creating this kind of moonlit background. And then over that, I'm using colored pencils. So, I'm able to get these, like, nice sharp edges with the colored pencils. Um, oh, this cat's going weird. He's over here going, like, the chittering thing, like when cats are, like, see a bird outside the window, but he's underneath my computer desk right now doing that chittery thing. Guys, I may not live the night, is what I'm saying. I think this place is haunted. I think my life's in mortal danger. Okay. Um, so if anybody in the world is watching this like later and you come back and you see like weird things in the background or something like that, let me know. Because I do think that I'm in danger here. I watch enough of those videos where people have things going on like that, like ghost haunted houses type things and stuff like that. I watch enough of those videos that I know that they don't always notice when they're. And I'm kind of preoccupied with drawing a picture. I'm really super nervous that like a ghost is going to come up and just kind of like break my neck or murder me or something like that. In which case, I wouldn't have chose this one to be my last drawing, but maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad. I would have wanted to do like I don't know, like a masterpiece, like the Mona Lisa or something notable, not a werewolf man or something like that. But if I'm gonna go out on a werewolf man, that's just the way it's got to be. I guess there's worse things to go out on. That one Nicolas Cage picture I drew, that did not look good. I could have gone out on that one. That would have sucked. See? Little active kitty back there. Stop being weird, cat. Kitty, stop being weird. If there's a ghost, run away. Run away from the light. Run away from the light. It's getting scary up in here, guys. Paranormal stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So again, down here, there's like little sticks and leaves and stuff like that. This is all just kind of lit up by the moon. Like you don't actually see the sticks all that well, but you can kind of hint at them just by putting in where the light is caught by the edges of the stick. I didn't want to just do a Wolfman. I kind of wanted to do like a full scene if I could. Again, I think Wolfman is one of my favorite Halloween characters just because, as far as spooky goes, he's pretty spooky. Don't start, kitty. Don't be inviting ghosts into the house. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about these cats and dogs inviting ghosts. Because I don't know what they're saying. Like a meow. What does meow mean? And meow might be, hey, ghost, come and hang out with me. I don't know. It's gonna be tough sleeping here tonight. It really is. This entire house is haunted. Have you guys have so this is a great question. I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you guys ever had like kind of weird paranormal experiences, I guess of any type? Hauntings. Jeremy, I emailed you a pic and video of my chicken dog. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to check that out. Unfortunately, I'm not equipped to actually show it on air right now. I wish I could, but like I will definitely check that out after this. So has anybody out there ever experienced any kind of paranormal activity? And paranormal, I think, is defined as basically supernatural, right? So like, I don't think that UFOs would quite meet the definition of paranormal, but let's throw those in as well. Like basically any kind of X-Files activity. Like, has anybody ever seen a ghost, heard a ghost, been haunted by a ghost, lived in a haunted house? That'd be awesome. Like anybody here live in a haunted house at some point? Have you ever seen a UFO? Have you ever seen a monster? Have you ever seen any like lights in the dark where they shouldn't be there? Driving by a cemetery and you see like little orbs and stuff off in the distance. Anybody experience anything like that? 'Cause if so, that sounds awesome, especially tonight. Yes, yes, and yes. MJ, I would love to hear a little. I mean, you don't have to go into full detail. Like, these chats, they're not the best. mediums for like telling long stories and stuff like that, but I would very much like to hear what sort of experiences you've had, in as much detail as you can type up, because like that sounds awesome to me. I think yes on the UFOs and yes on the ghosts on my end as well. I told the stories on here before, um, about how like me and my friends basically stole my parents' car one night and went out and looking for this ghost of a motorcycle rider that was supposed to be like at the nearby college and stuff like that. And sure enough, we went out there and we saw like a little, single headlight coming over the hills and stuff, just like a motorcyclist would be. It was supposed to be like somebody who died while riding a motorcycle. Um, so that one really stood out. And then the other one that stood out for me, like for like a UFO sighting, I still don't know what this was, but I think I've told the story on here before, about how me and my friend, we saw what appeared to be like a moon in the sky. It was the same size of a moon. It was basically the same color as a moon, like, like when the moon's orange. Um, it's about the same size and color of an orange moon in the night sky over town. So like we were in like an urban environment, and we saw this object in the sky. Could have been the moon. Like if you had asked me, I would have told you it's the moon. But then it started moving, and it was moving basically like this across the sky that fast. Now obviously the moon doesn't move that fast. The moon moves slowly across the night sky, but it doesn't move that fast. It was moving as fast as I would say maybe an airplane. But obviously this was much too large and obviously the wrong size and shape to be like an airplane. It was the size of the moon. So imagine the moon moving across the sky. Like airplanes obviously move very fast, but when you see them from a distance, they move kind of slowly across the sky. That's what this object was doing, and it was so bizarre to me. And the only thing I could call it is a UFO because I don't know what it was. It's not your typical UFO. It's not like, what people usually describe. I would have described it as like the moon, except that it did not behave like the moon. It behaved very strangely. So I still don't know what that was. I don't. You can call that a UFO. You can call that just some strange phenomena. I don't know what. I don't know what to call that, but it happened. And I know it happened because like some of these things, you start second guessing your stuff. You start thinking like, well, did that really happen? Did I really see that and stuff? But that friend I told you that I saw it with, um, like I lost touch with him for many years. And, like we ended up reconnecting over Facebook and stuff. And one of the first things out of his mouth is, "Hey, you remember that UFO we saw?" And it's like, wow, because like that was vindication for me because like I had always second guessed myself as I got older. Like, did I really see that? But no, that's the first thing that he remembered as well. So I may have saw a UFO. I don't know. Studio of Art. Hey, what's up? Nice makeup. Thanks. Appreciate it. Studio of Art. I mentioned earlier that like I love your channel, and I recommended people go and check that out. I always like to promote other artists on this channel if I can, if I remember to. So, got a nice little wolf guy going on over here. I think I need to highlight over here just a little bit more. Kind of, even though he's kind of backlit and stuff, you would still see some of this fur. Yeah, you're welcome, Studio of Art. Anytime, man. Or woman. I don't know. Whichever. Pretty cool art right now. Thank you. Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to draw Wolfman for Halloween. It's not a complicated picture. It's not going to win any awards or anything, but it's fun. Although it is like a little fun illustration. I think it does need like another character in it really. Like I really should have like I've done some like cute monster pictures where there's like also like a little girl in it or something like that to kind of offset the monster. I think that would have been kind of cool for this picture, but it's still fun. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna do a little more highlights on these trees back here, just to kind of pull these out from the background. Like the way Bob Ross would always do it, he would like start with just like black area and then kind of like add little highlights. He would always use like a palette knife. Well, actually, no. Sometimes he used a flat brush, but in every case, he would always add these like little highlights. All right, so I think this is pretty good. I'm going to, because that moon is not bright enough for me, because I was really struggling with getting it to be a full circle. I'm going to come in with this gel pen and really bring out, if I can, get this a little bit brighter by dropping in some gel pen ink up in here. I know, stop acting spooky, kitty. You got people freaked out. They think my house is haunted. My nose is running all over the place with all this like makeup on. I hate that. I don't know how women do it. I don't know how women wear all this makeup. Like, and you guys do it on like a daily basis. I don't understand that at all. I guess like it's just one of those things that you guys get used to or something. I don't know. But like I could not do it. Like I gotta clean all this stuff off before I go to bed. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of use it. Yeah, this is nice and white. I think that's circular enough. So there's a little bit of a mixed media thing going on here, but that's okay. It's gonna kind of bring that out into like a little bit of a glow. You're okay, kitty. Just relax. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Get some more, not leaves really, like more like pine needles going over the area. You're okay, kitty. Let me finish up my little werewolf dude and then I'll spend some time with you. You know, you're supposed to protect me from ghosts. That's what animals do. They're supposed to do. I will use this little bit of an eraser. I want to get some of this stuff carved out so that it looks kind of like leaves. All right, this cat is making very strange noises. Kind of spooky. Look, man, stop making ghost noises. Weirdo. I mean, that's one ugly meaning, I mean, looking werewolf. Good. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the kind of like I don't know trees and foliage on this side. So I'm gonna try to get some of that goodness in on this side. Again, just trying to lift up some of that chalkiness, and then kind of get. So this would be represent not really leaves, but like pine needles, I guess, and like some branch foliage back here. Um, It's a really good technique for creating leaves and branches and trees and such. Again, if you do mix like colored pencils and pastel, this kind of stuff is super easy. And then you can come back over it with I think it's called Fix It, some kind of spray adhesive, not adhesive, but it kind of locks everything in, and then you can just kind of have everything kind of like solidified into the picture. Just gonna roughly put all that crap in. The scary guy needs to come to my dental office so we can fix that overbite. You guys have the best jokes. I love it. Hey Tom, how's it going, man? Yeah, he's got a bit of a gap in his teeth. Is that a lot of people don't realize it, but human beings actually have canines. Like I guess I don't know. Maybe most adults know this, but we have canine teeth. So the idea that like if you morph into a werewolf, your teeth just get longer and everything and become like like dog teeth essentially or wolf teeth and stuff. It's not that far fetched. Like a lot of these stories and stuff, they do kind of at least have not like a basis in reality. Obviously, people aren't turning into werewolves and stuff like that that I know of, but they have a basis in realism. Like sure, it's kind of supernatural that a person would turn into a wolf, but also it's not that far fetched that a person would turn into a wolf. We have similar physiology. We have. Sorry, my chair's all squeaky for some reason. We have similar physiology. It's at least theoretically possible. There are cultures out there who believe in shape-shifting human beings, that become other creatures. Who are we to say that they're wrong? I don't know. Maybe we can say that they're wrong. I don't know. But um, I don't personally know that they're wrong. I have not met, like for all I know, there are werewolves running around. I would say in Arizona, probably. Like if I'd have to pick a place. Um, if I had to pick a place, I would say Sasquatch is running around the Pacific Northwest. I would say werewolves are running around Arizona for some reason. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. All right. Well, I think that I'm actually probably pretty close to being done. I don't know what else I can add to this to make it cooler. I could probably put in like a little I guess all right, just because it's Halloween, there was a request to make him carrying a jack-o'-lantern like he's trick-or-treating. I don't know how this is going to look, but I do have the pastels here. I'm going to give that a shot. Just because it's Halloween and just because it was requested, I'm going to give him like a little pumpkin to be carrying so that he can go door to door and be trick-or-treating. Let's see how this works. This cat sounds like it's being tortured by ghosts. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Let's see. Is this orange going to go over that? I think so. Kind of blend it together. It's looking pretty good so far. All right, cool. Um, Again, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to try my best here. Gonna get a little bit of being a little bit abstract here, I think. Figure it out. Gonna fix that just a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to try to round off my edges. Kind of concave that a little bit. So, like I don't have like a reference picture or anything. This is just from imagination, but it's mostly to demonstrate that, yeah, I mean, you mix pastels with colored pencils, it works out. Because these colored pencils, they're wax based, they go right over this chalk, you know. right over it. You have to press down really hard to kind of get through it, but all right, let's give this pumpkin a nice little grin. Give it kind of spooky. Let's give it like fangs to go with the werewolf. Looking okay. All right, let's put some lines. You know. All right, and then give it like a little handle, I guess. Can't really see that handle very well, but that's okay. All right, kind of a little bit of a shadow to kind of like bring it out from the background there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm happy with that. You know, you love trick-or-treating, you know. Adds a little splash of color to the picture. This is all good. Now that I've added that, I kind of want to make his eyes a little bit more orange. I don't know if that's going to... Yeah, that doesn't come through, but that's okay. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Little trick-or-treating Wolfman there. All right. So, yeah, I think this is probably about as done as I'm going to get. Let me add some highlights on some parts here just to kind of really emphasize some of these parts here. Get those teeth going nice and bright. A little bit of a sparkle in that nose. And a little bit of like highlights here, just to bring out some of the wolfiness to them, some of the highlights from the moonlight. A little bit on his chin. There we go. All right, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I love this white pen. This white pen is just like a miracle worker. It's so awesome. Um, it really adds like a bit of a punch to these different areas that jump in. So yeah, Werewolves of London. There you go. That'd be a great background song for this. All right. Anyway, my dogs are all riled up, so I'm going to go ahead and call this I'm going to call this done. We got a werewolf on a Halloween night. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your Halloween, and I know that it's just getting started in some areas of the country, but around here, it is it's winding down, which is cool. Because like we did have some fun. All the kitties got their candy. Tomorrow, all the candy's going to be on sale, so that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to go out and buy up some candy. Hopefully, if you are a kid out there trick-or-treating, all the houses you went to have the big full-size candy bars. That would be great. All right. Anyway, I appreciate hanging out with you guys on a Halloween night. Fun as always. One of my favorite holidays of the year. Hopefully, it's one of yours as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this werewolf. I love this face. Like, hopefully I'm not scaring anybody. But look at the. All right, look at this cat over here. It like, there you guys. No, there we go. Isn't this cat being weird? This cat is being weird. Look at this dog. This dog is being weird. They're all weird. All right. Anyway, this house is haunted. Hopefully, I live through the night to see you guys on Tuesday. We'll be back then. So yeah, I'll see you then. Again, on Tuesday we're gonna have like co-hosted stream where we have some other people in here. It's going to be great. It's going to be a party. It's probably going to be the first of many, because if it's fun, we're going to do it more often. But anyway, have a great rest of the Halloween. If you're looking for something to do, I do recommend going back on the Disney Channel. They have all of the 40 years of Treehouse of Horror. Go back and watch those. It's a lot of fun. All right. See you guys. Bye. Have a good one.